Okay, so I have a large amount of empties today. This is from all of June and all of July 2026. I usually do these videos every month, but it's been a little busy, and so here we are with a whole lot of trash. Starting off with this Frostbeard Studio Jurassic Jungle candle. It's rainforest, amber, and dirt scented. This was a nice one, but not anything super remarkable that I need again. Here's a couple Dove hand soaps. This is the peach and rice milk. I do like these. I got, I think 3 or 4 of them from Amazon that were all in this scent. I'd rather have one scent at a time because I get sick of scents, but I actually consistently like this one. I am very sad to say this is my favorite shampoo of all time, and I recently found out that this company has disappeared. They are done for. I have been using the Morocco Method CS and shampoo since 2017, so I'm pretty sad, and I am very tempted to buy a million of them, but instead I am going to use my last bottle and then find something else. And it's hard, but I can do it. But the urge to just stockpile it is definitely there. This is the eczema relief gold bond cream that I buy for my husband. He goes through quite a few of these because he has pretty bad eczema. And this is his Dove sensitive soap. This is the main soap that he uses. Here we have one of the Numbuzzin number 5 vitamin concentrated serums. This has kind of been my main vitamin C for the past year, but I do have some other options I'm going to try, but I am currently still using one of these. Another candle from Frostbeard. This one's bookstore. This is one of my favorites. It's mahogany, leather, and coffee. Look, a couple more Gold Bond eczema relief creams. You go through a lot of this, and I will sometimes use it too. It's a very nice cream, but mostly they're David's. And I have a bunch of these in here too. The Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Hyaluronic Water Fit Sun Serum. This is a Korean sunscreen, and it's consistently one that I've been using a lot lately and really, really like. This is the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors plus Hyaluronic Acid. This was a freebie from an old Ordinary order, and it was nice enough, but not anything that I need to seek out again. But it was good. I did quite like this Jergens Ultra Healing Fragrance-Free Extra Dry Skin Moisturizer, and I have repurchased this one. It is very thick, so this will be really nice in the winter. This is one of the shampoos I'm planning on using once my Morocco Method is gone. This is the CeraVe Anti-Dandruff Hydrating Shampoo, 1% with parathione zinc. It's an anti-dandruff shampoo, but it's supposed to be good for hair growth in general, and it's fragrance-free, which is very important to me and my many allergies. This one I buy for David, but I'll probably start using that too. This is the iUnique Centella Calming Daily Sunscreen, another one that is a good choice, although I do prefer the Skin 1004, but they're both good. This is a feat, so I have finished, there's probably a couple in here. I have finished my last bottle of the Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser from Crave Beauty. I had a bunch of these that I stocked in 2023, and I'm just now finishing them up, and just in the nick of time because they were expiring at the end of July. So I've officially used all of these up, and there's definitely more in here. Yet another Gold Bond eczema relief. I think that's at least 4 now we found. And another one of David's Dove soaps, sensitive. I don't buy him very many products, but the ones that I buy are definitely in here. This is the Numbuzzin NAD Plus Bio Lifting Still Essence, the Numbuzzin number 9. This is another thing that I've bought several times, and I am still currently using it, although I feel like I maybe have too many peptide things, so I'm not sure how long I'll use it, but I do really like it. an actual makeup item. This is the Merit Signature Lip in the shade Capricorn. It's a really nice lip liner. It's kind of a weird lip liner because it's not as like staining as a lot of, like grippy as a lot of lip liners are. And I tend to like the grippiness, but I actually really liked this one. And it had better staying power than I expected. And this color was cool. This was from a Sephora Favorites kit. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't be into this color, but I love it. But there is such a tiny amount of product in here that I was able to use it up really fast, but that's why I feel like it doesn't really make sense to purchase these. They're really nice, but it's such a tiny amount compared to other lip liners that it's just like not a good economical idea to buy these. But it was very nice. So one makeup product used up there, and here's another one. This is the Fit Glow Beauty, the Night Repair Lip Serum. I've been using up some that, again, I purchased a couple of years ago and needed to get used up. So I'm on my last one right now, but I finished this one in June. And that's kind of been replaced by, it's very expensive, and I always buy it when it's on double sale. But there have been some other things like the Edam that, you know, it's a much better deal, and it's very similar. So I won't be buying those anymore. This was the Good Molecules 10% azelaic acid. This was nice, but I still like the Anua better. And I'm also trying the Edam right now. But spoiler alert, I still like the Anua the best. So that is the Good Molecules azelaic acid treatment. It was good. It was nice. It's a little bit gritty, but not bad at all. But I still like the other one better. That's not gritty. This is just a little sample of the Mixoon Beans Sun Serum, so it was kind of too tiny to have much of an opinion on it. I am very happy to have used up this Ilia lipstick. This is one of their tinted lip balms in the shade Faded. And as you can imagine, I used these two together quite a bit. I love browns. Brown lips make me very happy. So those went nicely together. And there's like that much left, but it was to the point where I couldn't like use it without getting it all over my face. So I count that as an empty. It is done. All right, that's it for this bin. But wait, there's more. All right, so here's another one of the Crave Beauty Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleansers. And here is a mini. And oh look, here's another one. So I am not kidding when I say I stockpiled these, but like several years ago, when they were on a really good sale at some point. And I will buy this again. I love this cleanser, but I really wanted to use up this batch that was about to expire. David and I both use it. It's a really nice cleanser. I've been using it for years. I really love it. We'll get it again, but don't need it right this second. This is the Cosrx, the 6 Peptide Skin Booster Serum. This is a nice serum, but it is so huge that it took me, let's see, yeah, about a year. I started this, it looks like I started it around July of last year. So yeah, this took me about a year. This is a year's worth of serum for me. I think this is a good serum, but I think long term I want to stick with the Geek and Gorgeous. I think that's going to be my long-term peptide serum. So that's why I'm not planning on repurchasing this one. And I love Prequel stuff. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. It's a little weird. This is the Prequel Reactive Skin Solutions 5% Ecto and Cream. And again, this one I had noticed that like, oh, we're at the end of its shelf life. It needs to get used up this month. So I wasn't really using this like as you know, a sensitive skin cream so much as I was just using it up. And so I kind of used it as a barrier cream this month to finish it up. And the thing that's really odd about this is it just kind of has a strange smell. Like when I put it on and it reacts with like my skin and my other skincare and stuff, it gets this kind of like barbecue sauce smell. And I don't know if I can get on board with that. I also wonder if it's because it's at the end of, you know, its period after opening. So that was a little weird. I did actually repurchase this in the last Prequel sale, so I will try it again. But if that one also smells weird, I probably wouldn't buy it again after that, because that was a little strange. Um, Another of the Skin 104 sunscreens. Love these. Go through a lot of these, and it's summer, so I've been going through tons of sunscreen, as you can see. The Ordinary Volufiline 92%. I think I just don't care about targeted serums that you just use on one small place. Like, it's just too much work for me. I just don't want to deal with it. So I managed to use this up, but I'm not going to get it again, which says nothing about the product. I think, I think people have good results with this, but I just felt like I didn't want to deal with it. If the serum doesn't go on my whole face, I don't seem to want to deal with it. So I do really like the Ordinary Aloe 2% and Nag 2% solution. This seems to help well with irritation. And I started using this because as a recommendation from Mad About Skin, and I feel like when I have, kind of like I'll get almost not like, I don't really get acne on my face, but just kind of like red irritation marks, usually like from glasses or things like that. This helps with that. So I do continue to use that. We're going to call this one makeup as well. This is the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in Vanilla. It's a little mini 0.16 ounce guy. And this was from the Summer Fridays lip kit 2 years ago, so this needed to get used up. They do start to get a little gritty after they're really only supposed to be around for a year. And even though I will wait on opening them, like I haven't opened other ones, they will still get the graininess to them. But I love the scent of this one. I love a lot about it, but compared to like some other balms I love, such as say Edam, I'm like, why am I buying these? I need to stop buying these, but I do like them. Speaking of Edam, I also have a mini Edam one, and these were both ones that I traveled with, and I used this one up first. This is just the Butter Mochi, which is my favorite. I wish you could buy just a bunch of these minis because this is perfect for travel. And this is the best lip balm ever, truly. This was, I believe, a Stylovana free gift with purchase, and it is the Purito Deep Sea Pure Water Cream. This is the kind of thing that I don't need to buy again because it's just too light of a moisturizer for my super dry skin. I just need something heavier, so it's a perfectly nice product, but just not for me. The first time I made a Geek and Gorgeous order, this was like the free gift that came for being the first purchase. So this is their liquid hydration. It's a 5% panthenol and MMF toner. I'm not actually sure what that is, but this was perfectly nice. I didn't love the sprayer on this, but I did use this for like non-plane travel. I felt like it was a little too big to bother putting in my little quart baggie, but I've used it just like for road trips, and it was nice, but not anything that I necessarily like need to seek out again. Another one of my favorite candles, the Frostbeard Reading at the Cafe. Pretty much I only have Frostbeard candles right now, and my goal is to use all of them up before I go buy new candles. Oh, that's not true. I have some Trader Joe's ones too. This is the Lab Prebiotic CeraCream Mist Dual Skin Barrier Solution Spray. This is nice. I've had other products like this too, and I feel like I've had several where it's just like, it's a nice sprayer and it just feels like it's not as good of a value as say something like when I get my Rhode in the regular bottle, like the glazing milk, or just like because they kind of shrink it when they put the spray on it compared to others. So I like this, but it's not something that I feel like I need to, I go through it quickly, so it's not something I necessarily need again. This one took a long time to use up, and this was from a Stylovana, like a pre-done box thing that I got in 2024. And I kept looking at this one, like I kept side-eyeing it because it was pink, and I kept thinking that it was going to have like some kind of like rose fragrance to it, and I don't use fragrance. But this was actually not fragranced, and it is the Medicube PDRN Pink Cica Soothing Toner. It was quite nice, quite soothing. Again, nothing I necessarily need to seek out again, but it was a good one. This is the Gold Bond Eczema Relief Skin Protectant Cream. This is another 2% colloidal oatmeal cream, and I kind of wanted just to see if I could figure out what was different between these two, and honestly, it seems not that different. I really couldn't figure out the difference. They pretty much look the same, and I haven't gone through like ingredient by ingredient to see, But I did like traveling with this because it's a little bit smaller. But the thing that will keep me from probably buying, I'm not sure if I'll buy this again because it does kind of pill on my skin, which is weird. I don't expect that. So I might see if the other one does that, but again, I don't use this all the time. It's something that I more buy for my husband, but when I do need it, it's nice to have a good colloidal oatmeal cream. And I like the Gold Bond because it's 2% and a lot of them are 1%. So I feel like this probably works better, at least for his eczema. For me, it's more just insanely sensitive, reactive skin. So I don't necessarily need this all the time, but when I do, it's really nice to have. But yeah, so this one pilled on me. So I will probably see in the future if this one behaves the same way. Then we have a Tower 28 SOS Rescue and Relief Body Wash Treatment with hypochlorous acid. So I quite like this, and I did stock up on these in a recent Tower 28 sale because this is one that I'm using regularly now. And let's see, we have, this is one of the last of my old raw sugar hand washes. This one's raw coconut and mango. I bought a bunch of these when they were half price at Target about a year ago. Like I think I ordered them around this time last year. And so I've used them up except for a couple of the bigger ones that I took to work. But these are really nice, but they were clearancing them out because they ended up reformulating and like coming up with another raw sugar soap line. And the thing that bums me out is these were 16.9 ounces and the new ones I think are 11 ounces, but they cost the same price. And these were good. So I don't know that they needed fixing, but they got rid of them. A little mini of the Road Glazing Milk. I love this stuff. And I love having minis of it. This one I did travel with, and it's fabulous. And this one is small enough that you can take it on a plane. They are kind of hard to acquire, but when they have a promo with that, I do like to seek them out because they are really helpful for travel. This is my only antiperspirant that I ever use, the Almay Sensitive Skin. They have this roll-on and they have a gel, and I've used them both. I feel like this one's a little bit less messy. I wish they just had a normal stick. That would be nice. It would also be nice for airplane travel because both of these, this counts as a liquid. So usually when I travel, I go with my unscented Lumi because it's a stick and you don't have to consider that a liquid. This was just a little mini of the Purito Wonder Relief Centella Cream Unscented. This is one I got for travel, and I bought this from YesStyle, but I'm not planning on buying more of these little minis unless it's just that I want to try the product, because if I buy them for travel, I feel like it just ends up being so expensive compared to just getting containers and filling them up. So that's what I'm planning on doing moving forward. I do still use the Naiad Survival Zero. This is kind of my like antioxidant serum that I quite like, and I'll use this and the vitamin C in the mornings, but I have kind of stocked up on these last November, so I do use this one most mornings. And let's see, oh look, another sunscreen from Skin 104. We're getting towards the end. This was a little mini Astora Edo Barrier 365 cream. This is what I've used before. It's not my favorite, but I like it. Again, I tend to like heavier creams for my super dry skin. But this was a nice little sample that I used for travel, but it was, you know, this was from Sephora, so it's tiny. That's usually how Sephora samples go. This is the only sunscreen lip balm I use because I usually taste sunscreen lip balm. So this one from YesStyle, this is the Rhodomenthalathium Melty Cream Lip, and I get the fragrance free one. I actually like the flavors. They have a vanilla and a honey one that are both really nice. But if I get this fragrance free one, then I can, you know, add my other lip products and they won't conflict. But yeah, this is like the only SPF I've found for lips that I can't taste, which is really not pleasant. So that's the one I buy again and again. This was from the Sephora birthday gift. This was the only one that appealed to me that they had online. It's the In Beauty Project Brighten Tight Brightening Eye Cream with vitamin C, peptides, and tranexamic acid. This was nice. I liked it. I think it had some shimmer in it, which I use my eye cream at night, so I didn't really need the shimmer, but otherwise it was nice. That also came with a moisturizer I have not tried yet, but this was good. Not necessarily something I need though. I'm currently using a CeraVe one that's really balmy, like a CeraVe eye cream that's balmy and also has peptides, and I like that one more because I really like that balmy texture. I feel like it's nice and tenacious when I go to sleep. And last things in here, we have an Ilia mascara. This is the Limitless Lash. I've been using this for many years, and I swear this is the only mascara that I am not allergic to anymore that I consistently repurchase. It is the best. I love it. I have probably been using this like a decade. It's been around a long time. I'm using the other Ilia mascara right now, and it's nice because it's still good, and it's like I'm not allergic to it, which is the biggest thing. I'm allergic to everything, but this is a much nicer wand. The one I'm using now, the wand is really fat and it's harder to use. So this is the one. Highly recommend the Limitless Lash Mascara. And my last thing is a Tower 28 lip liner in this nice pink shade. And the shade's not actually on here. I always forget which one it is because when I sharpened it, it went away. But it's like the lightest pink, and I am very fond of it, to the point where I used it up and actually bought a new one of this because it's a really good color. So those are my makeup empties there for the last 2 months. Not, you know, not super impressive, but I clearly used up a lot of products, and I definitely used my sunscreen this summer. So thank you so much for watching.